Welcome to Glades Electric Cooperative's 2021 annual meeting. Like everyone in these pandemic times, we have adapted to carry on with business, and that included changes to the format of our annual meeting this year. We hope you were able to join us this morning here at our northern staging site for our first ever drive-through registration and voting for our annual meeting. We are presenting a series of recordings to you today to report on the state of the cooperative, announce today's annual meeting attendance, election results, and hold our grand prize drawings. We welcome any feedback you'd like to share about this year's event. Please send your comments to communications@gladeselectric.com. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, I'm Jack Cox, GEC's Board President and District 8 Trustee. Even though we're not all here together today, we want to start us off right with a prayer and a pledge. Let us pray. Jesus Christ, you travel through towns and villages curing every disease and illness. At your command, the sick were made well. Come to our aid now in the midst of the global spread of the coronavirus, that we may experience your healing love. Heal those who are sick with the virus. May they regain their strength and health through quality medical care. Heal us from our fear, which prevents nations from working together and neighbors from helping one another. Heal us from our pride, which can make us claim invulnerability to a disease that knows no borders. Jesus Christ, healer of all, stay by our side in this time of uncertainty and sorrow. Be with those who have died from the virus. May they be at rest with your eternal peace. Be with the families of those who are sick or have died. As they worry and grieve, defend them from illness and despair. May they know your peace. Be with the doctors, nurses, researchers, and all medical professionals who seek to heal and help those affected and put themselves at risk in the process. May they know your protection and peace. Be with the leaders of all nations. Give them the foresight to act with charity and true concern for the well-being of the people they are meant to serve. Give them the wisdom to invest in long-term solutions that will help prepare for or prevent future outbreaks. May they know your peace as they work together to achieve it on earth. Whether we are home or abroad, surrounded by many people suffering from this illness or only a few, Jesus Christ, stay with us as we endure and mourn, persist and prepare. In place of our anxiety, give us your peace. Jesus Christ, heal us. Amen. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On behalf of myself and fellow trustees, I thank you for your participation in our annual meeting. It is our honor to have been elected to represent you on our board and to guide our cooperative. I'd like to take a moment to recognize the other members of the board. Jim All, our Vice President, District 7 Trustee representing Loretta. Shannon Hall, our Secretary and Treasurer, District 4 Trustee representing Lakeport and Brighton. Donnie Lundy, District 1 Trustee representing Moore-Haven. Barney Goodman, District 2 Trustee representing Hendry County. Mike Presley, District 3 Trustee representing Ortona and Palmdale. Tyler Pugh, District 5 Trustee representing Venus and Hickoria. Lee Henderson, District 6 Trustee representing Highlands Park. And Angela Hodges, District 9 Trustee representing Okeechobee County. With this year's drive-through voting event, we were able to complete the business of our 75th annual meeting, canceled by COVID-19, and the business of this, our 76th annual meeting. Last year, I was prepared to tell you of another successful year that saw our system growing and returning to its peak meter count reached in 2008. I was also going to tell you of our success leading to a $1.4 million capital credit retirement. All of that now pales to the events of the 2020 when the world was swept away by the COVID-19 pandemic. In this unprecedented time, the business of the cooperative had to go on. Could you imagine living through the pandemic with no power? Our employees, not immune to the virus, stepped up to make sure that didn't happen. I am proud and appreciative of the results. In fact, our 76th year of operation may have been our best. This accomplished with a temporary halt on disconnections, extended payment plans, accelerated capital credit retirements, and all that could be done to keep rates as low as possible. It is the charge of the trustees to serve as fiduciaries for the cooperative and act in its best interest. 10 years ago, the trustees carried out their fiduciary responsibilities when the cooperative was not in such great shape and made tough employee and operational changes. It is rewarding to see members now enjoying the fruits of those decisions. We look forward to continued growth and improvements to benefit our cooperative membership. Thank you.
2020 was certainly a year full of challenges and surprises for us all. However, I was not surprised by our employees and the exceptional job they carried out through the pandemic. That is what I've come to expect from this fine group of employees we now have. What did take me by surprise, though, is the growth we experienced in 2020 and its continuation to this day. We ended our best year yet with 17,025 active meters. We now have over 100 open orders on new services. Of course, as we know, much of this growth is related to the impending startup of Everglades International Airport. The calls we've been receiving are astonishing and cover everything from residential developments to large-scale industrial sites. Growth is also coming at tremendous pace in both of the two Seminole reservations we proudly serve, Big Cypress and Brighton. This growth is something I've always hoped for so that we may ultimately spread the cooperative's fixed cost over a broader base, thus bringing down bills to the individual member. We will continuously work toward that. Members, in spite of the issues surrounding 2020, we continued our capital credit retirement plan and returned to you just under $1 million. This year, we will finally achieve our goal of a 30-year retirement cycle with the planned return to you of nearly $1.7 million. We operate in a continuous improvement environment, so this goal, once achieved, will be evaluated for an even earlier return cycle to members. Since we began capital credit retirements in 2016, we have retired years 1971 through 1987, returning $5.9 million to cooperative members. I'm also proud to report on our efforts to improve system reliability. Our investments have resulted in a steady decline of outages, and the focus of our employees has resulted in a decrease in outage duration. Total outages declined in 2020 by nearly 6% over 2019, and power supply hit our 90-minute goal of average restoration time. Weather remains the top culprit in known outages caused at 49%, followed by equipment failures at 14%, animals at 13%, and vegetation at 10%. Continuous improvement in our reliability and restoration time will always be a top priority. In fact, we have targeted vegetation management in 2021 by nearly doubling our budget to over $2 million. This in efforts to reclaim and maintain our right-of-ways. This effort should pay out in fewer vegetation-caused outages and blinks, and we should really see a big difference in downed lines caused by tropical storms and hurricanes. We are now excited to turn our focus toward a better year ahead with the continued growth and improvements to benefit our cooperative membership. Thank you.
With the cancellation of last year's annual meeting, trustee elections for both 2020 and 2021 were held at this year's annual meeting. The 2020 nominating committee meeting was held on January 8th, 2020 at 3:30 p.m. at the Cooperative's Lake Placid office. This was for the purpose of nominating trustees. Present at that meeting were myself as general counsel, Myron Albritton, Ladd Bass, Vincent Bryson, Barbara James, Joanne Nee, and Darrell M. Wolf Sr. The committee nominated the following: for District 5, Tyler Pugh; District 7, Jim All; District 9, Angela Hodges. The minutes of the nominating committee meeting were posted in the office lobbies. The 2021 nominating committee meeting was held on December 16th, 2020 at 3:30 p.m. at the Cooperative's Lake Placid office. This was for the purpose of nominating trustees. Present at that meeting were myself as general counsel, Donald Campbell, Margaret Fior, Michael Krakauer, Susan Lauder, and Frank Oleski. The committee nominated the following: for District 2, Barney Goodman; for District 6, Lee Henderson; for District 8, Jack Cox. The minutes of the nominating committee meeting were posted in the office lobbies. Candidate biographies were published in our Florida Currents magazine and also posted on our website prior to this year's election. Also, all candidates have completed the trustee candidate orientation as required.
Hello, I'm GEC's Board of Trustees Secretary and Treasurer Shannon Hall. I'm here today to certify the official notice for our 2021 annual meeting was published in our March 2021 Florida Currents issue and mailed on February 24th, 2021. I have in my possession the proof of mailing, which has us in compliance with Article 3, Section 3 of our bylaws. I now welcome back GEC's General Counsel Michael Kyber to present the results of our elections held this morning.
Thank you, Ms. Hall. We had 379 members registered to vote this morning for GEC's elections, which does constitute a quorum. For our 2020 trustee election, Tyler Pugh was re-elected to represent District 5, receiving 350 votes. Jim Ull was re-elected to represent District 7, receiving 351 votes. And Angela Hodges was re-elected to represent District 9, receiving 344 votes. In our 2021 trustee elections, Barney Goodman was re-elected to represent District 2, receiving 347 votes. Lee Henderson was re-elected to represent District 6, receiving 351 votes. And Jack Cox was re-elected to represent District 8, receiving 351 votes. Along with 2020 and 2021 trustee elections, the approval of the 2019 meeting minutes was also on the ballot, since we were unable to gather for the approval of the minutes during the course of our meeting this year. 312 members voted to approve the 2019 minutes. 1 voted against the approval of the minutes. Therefore, the 2019 annual meeting minutes are approved as presented. Revisions to GEC's bylaws were also on this year's ballot. 313 members voted to approve the revisions to the bylaws and 17 voted against. Therefore, the revisions to the bylaws as presented on the 2021 annual meeting ballot are approved. Mr. Brewington, I'll turn it over to you for what is probably the most anticipated segment of our meeting, the drawing for our grand prizes.
Thank you, Mike. Now for what you all have been waiting for. With the cancellation of last year's annual meeting, we are having a belated celebration of our 75th anniversary this year and giving away 2 grand prizes. The first winner drawn will have their choice of a $2,500 bill credit or a 2008 Ford Explorer XLT 4x4. The second winner selected will receive the remaining prize. We will contact both winners at the phone number provided on their ticket. Without further ado, Mr. President, will you draw a winner for us? Okay, our first grand prize winner, who has the choice of $2,500 bill credit or the 2008 Ford Explorer, is Donald Whitmer. Donald will be giving you a call on Monday, and you can take your choice of the $2,500 bill credit or the 2008 Ford Explorer. Mr. President, please draw another lucky member for us. Thank you, Mr. President. And our second grand prize winner is Josephine Lopez. Josephine, we will contact you on Monday and let you know which prize Mr. Whitmire did not select. We want to thank everyone who came out to our drive-through annual meeting today. We appreciate you adapting to the situation with us and participating in the governance of your cooperative. Again, we hope you'll share any feedback by emailing communications@gladeselectric.com. Until next year, stay well, and we'll continue to be your neighbors working for neighbors.
Good day, all.